Lord was with him. He showed him kindness and granted him favor in the eyes of the prison warden. Now, come on. You mean if I stay focused in on my purpose, if I stop crying about everything that's going wrong, I can't make it, I don't do well, don't no man want me, don't no woman want me, my children keep back. You mean if I stop focusing in on my circumstances and start living in my purpose, that God is going to put his favor? Don't take it from me. It seemed like to me that now Joseph first was sold into slavery. Now on top of slavery, you're going to throw me into jail? Well, God, what in the world are you trying to teach me? You said I was going to be ruler over all of my brothers. I keep going from one pit to the next pit. I'm mad. Text don't show that. Text said that all of a sudden Joseph looked good again. Man, this guy got it going on. He done went through slavery, now he in jail, and he still get elevated what? Second in command. Now, I'm not advocating that you go to prison to find out your purpose. But if you gotta go to prison and you ain't done nothing wrong, at least try to become second in command. Because at least you know how to take a shower with nobody around. There's something about being elevated in dangerous situations. So the warden put Joseph in charge of all those held in the prison. A prisoner is in charge of the prisoners. That stuff just don't add up. But with God, the things that God does not add up to what we think things should be. And he was made responsible for all that was done there. Man, if I'm doing time, I ain't got time worrying for nobody else. I'm doing time, I'm worried about myself and getting out. Joseph kept his eyes on his purpose. Lord, I know I'm not where I'm supposed to be, but you want me somewhere. So I'm going to hold on. I'm going to hold on because I know you won't leave me. I know you won't forsake me if I just keep believing that you got a plan for me in my life. The warden paid no attention to anything. Doesn't that sound familiar? Under Joseph's care, because the Lord was with Joseph and gave him success in whatever he did. Even in jail, he found favor. Joseph has now been elevated 2 times to an administrative level. Now, some might say, that's a rough way to be elevated. But I would say he was preparing for his future job. First, he had a small household. Let me take care of this household. Even though I'm in slavery, let me do a good job, and I'm sure I can keep moving forward. Then he gets to prison, which is a bigger household. Now he's in another position. And he never wavered. Because there was 2 that came in, a butler and a cook. And they had dreams. They're not saying how long he'd been in jail. But a butler and a cook came in. And they both had a story to tell. And this dreamer didn't stop helping other folks. Tell me your dream. One of you gonna die, and one of you going back to the king or to the Pharaoh. When you get back to the Pharaoh, remember me. Y'all know what happened with circumstance, right? You see, when you live in your circumstance, you're not concerned about other folk. And so soon as the butler got out, he forgot. He wasn't worried about no Joseph. And time had passed. Another time for Joseph to get what? Down on himself. Hey, I didn't help this man out. And nothing. All right. They pack in my bags. Start shutting it down. Lord, I've been on this journey long enough. I'm in jail and don't even belong in here. I ain't do nothing. And then I help a guy out who can help me. Remember, when you start tracing the trail, he put him in Potiphar's house, captain of the guard, a Pharaoh. Put him in Pharaoh's prison. Sent two of Pharaoh's top men. Helped one of Pharaoh's top men out who was right next to who? The Pharaoh. To be able to put him in a position to get him out. Circumstances say you ain't going to make it. God says stop looking at your circumstances. Because your purpose is bigger than your circumstances. Joseph never quit. Never gave up. Even though he was forgotten about in jail. But God knows that even when circumstances don't seem to work out your way, when everybody else seems to fail you, when everybody else seems to forget about you, when they don't remember what your phone number is, and they don't call you no more to see how you're doing, when you ain't on nobody's prayer list no more, nobody praying for you, when you're in a hospital and nobody comes to visit, I wonder where the pastor is. I've been here too long and nobody's come to see me. When everything around you says you are down and out for the count and you're by yourself on the journey, when all of your circumstances begin to build up around you and you got a brick house of circumstance that you just can't seem to blow down, when everybody has forsaken you, God says, I ain't forgotten. I ain't forgotten. And I'm about to show you something. If you just hang on with me, there's a Pharaoh that I got to send a dream. And when I send Pharaoh this dream, he ain't going to be able to interpret it. None of his wizards are going to be able to interpret it. But see, I know that you're still in jail. And I know you don't belong in jail. But I sent you one of Pharaoh's top aides who could hear about Pharaoh's dream and tell him, wait a minute, Pharaoh, before you get crazy, I know a man sitting in jail who knows how to interpret dreams. His circumstances make you don't want no criminal coming out to help you out. But when God has placed a purpose in your life and you start watching the trail of purpose and stop fooling around with your circumstances, God is going to elevate you when he's ready to elevate you. Not before or not less. He knows exactly when the time is right. Sure, Joseph could have came out soon as the butler came out. But it wasn't his time. Still had some more things he had to maybe go through before he was ready for his next position. And because he stayed, because the Bible didn't say that he began to cry or nothing like that, he stayed his course. God remembers. God knows where you are right now. Some of you think you're by yourself. God knows where you are. Some of you think you're slick. God knows where you are. Some of you think you're hiding. God knows where you are. Some of you think you're getting away with murder. God knows where you are. He knows every move you make before you make it and after you make it. He's trying to get to you, though. But guess what?